Welcome back to Pass TV. I'm Blaine Barton, Senior IT Pro Evangelist with Microsoft DPE. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at #PassTV. And today we have Ryan Adams. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. You're a Pass regional mentor, a Pass chapter leader, a Pass virtual chapter leader.
Yeah.
Just a leader. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the show. First, before we do the little interview here, I'd like to get to know you a little bit, and our viewers out there watching worldwide, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
So I'm from Dallas, Texas area. I'm married and I have 2 girls. My youngest is 4, my oldest is 6. So we moved over the summer, new house, and it's right across from the park. So we're really enjoying that. It was a challenging summer. I don't want to move again. I'm done with that.
Right. Good for you. Good for you.
I work for Verizon. I've been there for over 15 years.
Oh, well,
So
okay.
I'm a long timer. I've done a lot of stuff since I've been there. So
Great. How'd you get into SQL Server? What was your entry point?
you know, my
into
entry
all those
point
technologies?
was one of those classic fire patch drill scenarios, right? And we had to patch all these servers, and one of the guys says, "I've got the SQL box. Go find out what version it is. Make sure we get the patch on there." Okay.
Sounds easy.
Never touched SQL in my life. Go in there, open up, help about. Tells me nothing. I'm like, what is this thing that won't tell me what version's going on? Oh, you got to query it to find. All right, well, let me see this. I was just intrigued from the onset. I mean, right then and there, I was just intrigued and I was sold. And so I think it was somewhere between then and the SQL 2005 launch. I started working with SQL 2000, and I think it was the 05 launch in Dallas. One of the Microsoft speakers mentioned that they had a local user group.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, let me check that out. I'm the only DBA, so I had nobody to take those ideas and kind of bounce them off of each other, and I didn't have that ability. So when I found the community in the user group, I'm like, wow, it was just this whole floodgate open for me to be able to grab all this knowledge and all these other people that just support you and help you, and it's just a really amazing thing. So that's kind of how I got sold on SQL Server and the community, and I just digging further in more and more. The more I can, the better off I am.
Excellent. Yeah, we take a look at Pass Summit, and it's really about the networking opportunities, and also for a lot of folks that have been to Pass Summit over and over again, it's kind of a family reunion, right?
It
Getting
really
together,
is.
Everybody together, people that are across the world and getting together and talking about SQL Server. It's like one big family. I mean, take a look behind us. I mean, all the people, Ryan, it's, all the networking opportunities, and so you're really heavily involved with Pass now. I mean, you've moved through that, that experience, and now you're, regional mentor, you're chapter leader, you're now a virtual chapter leader. Can you talk a little bit about your involvement with Pass?
Yeah, so I started off running the North Texas SQL Server user group down in Dallas.
Nice.
I've been on the board of directors for that group. I'm in my 2nd term, so I'm pushing 4 years there. And of course, I volunteered and helped prior to that.
Okay.
So I did all the communications and stuff for the first 2 years. I'm doing programs now, all of our speakers, all that kind of good stuff. And then I just love it. I love working with the folks there and helping everybody out.
Right.
And then,
what's the nomination committee? Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah, the nomination committee. So this is my first time to do the NomCom.
Okay.
It was a very interesting sight into Pass and how Pass really works. Just the politics behind things, and just the amount of detail and thought that goes into everything that happens behind the scenes that you really have to think about. When you're interviewing somebody to run on the Pass board of directors, you have to think really wide about, can this person fill all these particular roles? Because there's so many pieces. And you have to think about it from there, because when they get onto the board, they don't know what portfolio they're going to get.
Right.
And so you have to make sure that it's somebody that's going to have the ability to handle whatever they're going to get. If they come on and they're just vying and this is exactly what I want and I'm going to be awesome at this, but they don't have that flexibility to be able to handle all these other things, then it might not be a good fit for Pass or them.
Right. Right.
So it was a really interesting thing to kind of look at all the rules and how those things work, and yeah, it was a great experience. Plus just getting to talk to all the board directors and getting to know how everything works.
Yeah, get some exposure there with the rest of the Pass board of directors. You're a blogger. You want to do a little shout out for your blog?
I am. I do.
Okay,
I blog
all
on ryanjadams.com.
Okay. Okay.
With Verizon, I actually designed and architected all of their Active Directory before I got into SQL Server.
Nice.
So I still blog some Active Directory stuff.
Very good.
I did a session yesterday on how Active Directory affects your SQL Server.
Okay.
So I do blog about a lot of that stuff, policy-based management. I like HA and DR things, so
Okay.
I'm really excited about Always On right now.
Yeah, right.
I'm loving tearing into that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
And of course, Active Directory, the hard server, right? So,
Right.
You did a session on how Active Directory affects SQL Server. That was one of the first sessions you've already delivered. You got 2 more, right, coming up?
I do. I have
right.
a lightning talk today, so it's a quick 10-minute talk, and it's just about in policy-based management. It doesn't always tell you what alerts you get.
Right.
This is how when a violation occurs, how do I find out a violation really occurred?
Right.
And
Right.
so I
mean
talk
other
about
than OpsMan or something, or with Operations
other than Ops
Manager?
Manager, just
Right.
natively
So
in SQL Server with the
inbuilt in,
tools
yeah.
I have available
Gotcha.
to me now. How do I do that?
Gotcha. Okay. And then you
Yeah.
got policy-based management, essential management server.
Yeah, so that's the
Okay.
full session. It'll
All
be
right.
live here on Past TV on Friday. I think it's 9:45.
All right.
And so I'm looking forward to that. And it's kind of a beginner level, so I take you from start to finish. This is what it is. This is how we configure it, and I demo it and walk. I mean, by the time you're done, you'll know exactly where to go, what to look for to get you started and going with policy-based
Excellent. So policy-based management, central management server. I'll be kicking that off tomorrow on Past TV. One of these sessions will be streaming live to you. So once again, Ryan Adams.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
for having me.
Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here on Past TV.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was Ryan. Great interview. Once again, day 3, he'll be doing another session on the central management server and policy-based management. Once again, follow us on Twitter. It's #PastTV, and we're going to be going over to some of our community leaders now. How you doing, Lana,
Hi.
Chris?
Nice
Morning.
to see
Good
you,
to see you
Blake.
guys again. Hey, we're on day 2.
Back
Big
for
day
another
2,
day.
right? So we've got a lot going on again, and we're going to continue through that through day 3 and in the late afternoon on Friday. So what do you got teed up for today?
Yeah, so I just wanted to announce a Twitter competition, first of all, for our exclusively for our Past TV viewers at
Excellent.
home.
Okay,
So
good.
coming up next is Kimberly Tripp's session, which is skewed data, poor cardinality, estimates, and plans gone bad.
Okay.
So the question to everyone at home is, in SQL Server 2008 and higher, a histogram is limited to how many steps? So we'll be announcing the answer a bit later, and you can win a complete set of our Past Summit 2013 session recordings.
Nice.
So if I'm a user sitting at home, do I tweet the answer?
Tweet the answer and make sure you use the Past TV hashtag.
Okay, excellent. So we'll be looking for that. So how many sessions are there?
There's about 190 total. if
Yeah,
I remember
190.
correctly.
Okay.
Yep, and then we've also got the SQL Server Clinic as well, so people can head on down there. And make sure everyone at home listening today, if you have a question that you want Chris and I to go and find out from the SQL Clinic, hashtag PastTV and at SQL Shore and at Lana_Montgomery, and we'll
I'm
head
kind
down.
of embarrassed because you've changed. A lot of people don't realize. Normally you tweet with the past
I do.
account, but you go and you look at Lana Montgomery, @Montgomery. There's nothing there. So, and I've been telling Lana all week. I'm like, Lana, you're not gonna believe this Twitter thing. You know how powerful it is. She's telling me about it, and then she's got 68 people that follow her.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm
here's
always
my-
tweeting on @SQL Pass, so I need time. I need more hours in the day to get my own Twitter account going.
See, I don't find that acceptable. I have
All right,
issues
everyone
with
work
it.
on that then.
Well, this is your opportunity, right? Is
So viewers,
Fast
please
TV.
help me out. Lana is going to be tweeting at Lana_Montgomery. Please follow her on Twitter. Hit the hashtag PastTV. If you want to follow me, I'm at SQL Shaw. We got to get those numbers.
well, might as well
up.
throw it out for
We gotta
myself
do
and
it.
say,
Oh,
Yeah.
hashtag Blaine Barr,
Blaine Barr,
We'll
you
just
can't
throw
miss
those
that.
out. Yeah, yeah.
how difficult
So,
for these, right?
Yeah.
And you were talking about the SQL Clinic. You know, let us know if there's something you want us to go down and ask the SQL Clinic. The CAT team's down there. It looks like we're going to try to talk to a couple people in particular. If you've got a question that you want us to ask them while we're down there, send us a tweet. Let us know. Hit the hashtag up, because if not, then I'm going to go down there and talk to them about, why they picked the color of shirt they did. Not everything is always going to be motivated by, hey, let us, it's here for the users.
right.
Chris, how have you used SQL Server Clinic before in the past?
It's interesting. It's like we were talking about yesterday. Everything to me is interesting, by the way. It's interesting or fascinating. I realized after watching part of the broadcast. What I do is if there's something that I'm like, oh, I think this is a good design, or if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this replication topology. I want to know that when I do this, that's a good idea. There's not a better way to do it, or what are some of the other options? And then there's times that I don't understand something that may be coming out in the next feature of SQL Server, next version. I want, hey, tell me more about this feature set. The knowledge down there is just amazing. And so you go down, you visit with them, get your questions answered. You get a little bit more one-on-one time. I don't know, as a speaker, with some of my experiences as a speaker, when you're up there, I don't think a lot of people understand that you're doing a 90-minute presentation. In that 90 minutes, you want to leave 10 to 15 minutes for questions. There's a lot of times that people will come with a specific question. Well, if it takes 5 minutes to answer the question and somebody's been working on that problem for, let's say, 30 days, it's something they really would like to have answered. We love to answer, speakers love to answer questions like that or to talk about and work on them.
Right.
The problem is you can't do it with a 3-minute explanation in the middle of a session all the time.
None of that is people get queued up or in line. There's queue or line, and they get queued up, right? So then by the time they reach the speaker and have the full attention, they don't get their answer to their question. So the SQL Clinic is perfect for that.
And that's where you hit the SQL Clinic, you go find your speakers down there and do your thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look behind us. It's awesome, right? I mean, all the networking, all the people from all around the world coming together. It's a family reunion. Past Summit.
79 countries,
Right?
did I hear
Is that
right?
what
Something like that?
79 countries?
I'm glad
Now
we've
then?
got so many people up this morning because SQL Karaoke was on last night.
Okay.
And Chris and I did go out and check it out purely for research purposes only
Okay.
for the Summit live reports. And
Absolutely.
we
Yeah,
had
how'd
a
that
great
go?
time.
You guys
It
gonna do a
was a
little
really
karaoke?
good night. Yeah.
The official report was it was a wonderful event.
Yes. Official business. We only were there just to check it out. But,
Well, you know, we do have a little bit of fun. You know, we get serious on the technical stuff, but we also have a little bit of fun. We got NASCAR experience tonight. So NASCAR.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna
I'm
be
a NASCAR,
awesome.
I'm a NASCAR fan. I mean, not heavy duty, but I like to. You know, I live in Florida. I go to Daytona once in a while for the 500. So NASCAR experience would be kind of fun.
I'm
right?
jazzed about
yeah,
that.
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So with that, we got yet another session coming up here.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to stream over to that. So always a pleasure talking to you. We've got, once again, day 2, going into day 3. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to move over to a session now in just a moment. Once again, follow us on, and this is the new thing, the new sign now is hashtag.
Hashtag.
So we do the hashtag Past TV. So with that, thanks Lana, Chris,
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
for
Blade.
joining me today.
See you soon.
So once again, we're going to go over the live session now, and thanks for joining us. We want to once again follow us on Past TV, and want to welcome everybody around the world in this live broadcast. So with that, let's go check out the session. Thank you.